the white party be there, and then they have Lil Baby like in a sandwich. Like they're hugging him from the front and the back and stuff. And I'm like, yo, get off of him. That's one of my favorite new artists. Like, yo, get off him. I don't want him going to those cars.
Don't be making fun of me when I'm drunk. You're going to get another drunken hug tonight. I don't care what anyone says.
Why is everyone so happy to be there? I'm like, this regular parties, people don't just hug each other.
You had to sit in 4 hours of traffic to drive.
Come on, let's have a group hug. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like, look, I'm going to shake your hand. Hey, what's up, man? Everything good? Yeah.
Imagine stepping into a room filled with Hollywood royalty, A-list athletes, and some of the biggest names in music. The energy is electric, the drinks are flowing, and the night stretches on for hours. But in the midst of all this glitz and glamour, something happened that caught everyone's attention. At a white party in the Hamptons, a young rapper named Lil Baby became the center of an internet storm, not because of a new album or a chart-topping hit, but because of a photo, a few tattoos, and a night that some claim changed everything for him. Today, we're diving deep into the story that's been lighting up social media, the mysterious all-white party thrown by billionaire Michael Rubin, Lil Baby's new tattoos, and the theories that 50 Cent and others have been sharing about what really goes on behind the velvet ropes. Is it just celebrity fun, or is there something much deeper happening behind closed doors? It all began with a few bold Instagram posts. Lil Baby, known for his smooth flows and chart-topping hits, surprised fans by revealing tattoos across both thighs reading 90s Baby. It was a look that immediately turned heads. Social media erupted, not because fans were critiquing the tattoos themselves, but because many began to connect the dots between this sudden change and a now infamous summer party in the Hamptons. People started asking questions. Why the thigh tattoos? Why now? And what exactly happened at that event that left Lil Baby seemingly changed? This is where 50 Cent comes in. The rapper and mogul has been outspoken about his perspective on the party. He claims that Lil Baby hasn't been the same since that night, hinting that these changes aren't merely about style or fashion. According to him, there's a larger, almost ritualistic undertone at play, a kind of industry practice meant to assert control, test loyalty, or even humiliate rising stars in subtle ways. And all of this allegedly traces back to a single, now viral moment, Lil Baby getting hugged from behind in what fans call a hug sandwich. The photo spread like wildfire online. Lil Baby, sandwiched between Rubin and Kyle Kuzma, sparked a frenzy of memes, commentary, and speculation. 50 Cent even weighed in, posting the image on Instagram with the caption, "See, this is why I don't go to no party. Get the fuck off my young man." The post immediately fueled a firestorm of discussions about power dynamics in the music industry, social hierarchies, and what it really means to be at these elite gatherings. The tattoo reveal added another layer. Along with the bold 90s Baby across his thighs, Lil Baby also displayed a large CBFW tattoo running down the side of his lower left leg, first posted on July 4th. Fans debated every detail, from the aesthetics of the tattoos to the perceived messages behind them. Comments ranged from playful teasing to serious warnings, with some suggesting that these markings were part of a deeper, almost secretive industry ritual. Lil Baby later admitted on Lil Yachty's podcast that the attention bothered him so much he actually requested the security footage from the party, not to expose anyone, but simply to show that nothing inappropriate occurred. Yet the mystery only deepened. And this brings us to the man behind the party, Michael Rubin. Billionaire, CEO of Fanatics, and one of the most connected figures in sports and entertainment. Rubin isn't just hosting parties, he's building relationships that some say wield influence behind the scenes. Born in Philadelphia in 1972, he grew up in a Jewish family and started his first business at just 14 with money from his bar mitzvah and a family lease. He briefly attended Villanova University but dropped out, flipping a $200,000 overstock deal into a fortune that would set the foundation for a multi-billion-dollar empire. Today, as CEO of Fanatics, Rubin oversees a company that partners with the NBA, NFL, MLB, and WWE, amassing a net worth of $10.6 billion. On paper, Rubin's story reads like the classic self-made billionaire tale, but critics argue there's more to the narrative. Some say his success is as much about who he knows as what he does. Others point to an unsettling energy, his reportedly soulless gaze and lack of typical billionaire charisma that has fueled rumors about his interactions with young artists and athletes. His annual white parties have become a modern spectacle, drawing in Hollywood A-listers, athletes, and rising stars, echoing a tradition once popularized by Diddy in the late 90s. But Rubin's events aren't just about showing off wealth. They've become the center of whispers about influence, power, and sometimes peculiar rituals.
The speculation doesn't end there. Insiders and commentators, including comedian Cat Williams, have hinted that certain high-level industry parties involve secretive rituals designed to test or influence artists. Participation is technically voluntary, but the deals on the table can be hard to resist. Career opportunities, awards, legal assistance, all potentially tied to being part of these exclusive events. And in some cases, the theory goes, these gatherings might also be about subtle humiliation or social leverage. Fans and critics alike have been trying to piece together what actually happens, using viral clips, social media commentary, and interviews as their guides. Despite the speculation, Lil Baby has repeatedly maintained that there's no personal beef with Rubin. He has even called him a positive influence. But the timing of the tattoos, the viral photos, and the public attention on this particular party have made the narrative irresistible to social media sleuths. Observers note the consistent pattern of young rappers appearing in Rubin's orbit and the seemingly orchestrated energy of his gatherings, raising questions about what's performative and what's genuine. In essence, the line between celebrity culture, power plays, and real influence has become increasingly blurred. So what actually went down at the Hamptons party? The images, the viral moments, and the tattoos all point to one thing: a night that was unforgettable, but not necessarily for reasons you might expect. Rubin's white parties, with their meticulously curated guest lists and elite energy, provide more than just luxury entertainment. They offer a glimpse into a world where influence, fame, and money intersect, often in ways the public doesn't fully understand. And for someone like Lil Baby, stepping into that space could mean navigating not just social expectations, but an entire set of unspoken rules that govern who rises, who falters, and who maintains their position. Interestingly, this isn't Rubin's first foray into high-profile social gatherings. He has been hosting similar events for years, bringing together sports owners, actors, and musicians in environments designed to encourage networking, collaboration, and sometimes spectacle. Leonardo DiCaprio, for instance, was photographed at Diddy's white party in 1997, and again at Rubin's in recent years. Jay-Z appeared alongside industry icons in the early 2000s, only to later show up with Beyoncé at Rubin's mansion. This continuity raises questions about influence, mimicry, and how power is both displayed and maintained over decades. And the internet, of course, has a field day with this. Fans dissect every image, debate the intentions behind every gesture, and theorize endlessly about the potential rituals or unspoken rules that might govern these elite parties. Some even speculate about personal relationships between Rubin and the young rappers in attendance, noting that his fascination with rising artists goes beyond casual networking. Viral moments like Meek Mill hopping on a tennis court for Rubin as part of a bet further fuel these discussions. While some shrug it off as harmless fun, others see patterns, ritualistic gestures, subtle testing of loyalty, and social hierarchies at play. However, in 2023, at one of the most exclusive all-white parties in the Hamptons, hosted by Michael Rubin, CEO of Fanatics Inc. and billionaire entrepreneur, the guest list reads like a who's who of American celebrity royalty: Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Tom Brady, Kim Kardashian, and yes, Lil Baby. A photograph soon surfaced online that would ignite the internet, a moment that fans would come to call the infamous hug sandwich. Lil Baby appeared between Rubin, a close associate of Rubin, and NBA player Kyle Kuzma, both seemingly embracing him from opposite sides. For fans and critics alike, the image raised eyebrows, and 50 Cent quickly jumped on Instagram to comment, posting, "See, this is why I don't go to no party. Get the F off my young man." The post sent shockwaves through the internet community, and suddenly the internet couldn't stop speculating about what really happened behind the mansion walls. But the story didn't end with the photo. Fast forward to 2025, and Lil Baby is making headlines again, this time for his bold choice in tattoos. The rapper, who had previously sworn he would never get inked, now boasts massive thigh tattoos that read 90s Baby, stretching across both legs with a massive CBFW running down his lower left leg. Instagram posts show him confidently rocking shorts, a tank top, and a bright pink belt, seemingly daring the world to look. Fans immediately started talking, calling it a strange move and speculating that something deeper was going on. Was this just a new fashion statement, or was it a symbol of an industry ritual gone public? 50 Cent seemed convinced it was more than just tattoos. According to him, Lil Baby has not been the same since that summer Hamptons party.
The internet quickly exploded with theories. Social media users speculated that Lil Baby's tattoos weren't just about style. They were the product of a so-called humiliation ritual. According to industry insiders and fans alike, certain high-level events in the music and entertainment world can be more than meets the eye. These exclusive parties sometimes function as subtle tests, where rising artists are placed in awkward or compromising situations as a way to prove their loyalty, toughness, or willingness to play by unspoken rules. In this narrative, participating in these rituals could be seen as a fast track to fame, career advancement, or protection from industry obstacles. But failing, or publicly reacting, might risk ridicule or losing influence. It's a dynamic that some insiders describe as part initiation, part power play, and part manipulation. Lil Baby himself seemed affected by the scrutiny. On Lil Yachty's podcast, he admitted that the memes and rumors about the party bothered him so much that he actually asked Rubin for security footage from the event, just to prove that nothing inappropriate occurred. Despite obtaining it, Baby chose not to release the footage, perhaps to avoid further fan speculation. But this decision only deepened the mystery for the public. Fans were left debating, was Lil Baby genuinely uncomfortable with the situation, or was this part of the industry's high-stakes social games? And why had 50 Cent gone public, warning the young rapper to stay away from Rubin in the first place? To understand the story, you need to understand Michael Rubin. Born in 1972 in Philadelphia, Rubin grew up in a Jewish family in Lafayette Hill. By age 14, he had already launched his first business, a ski shop, funded in part by his bar mitzvah cash and a lease from his father. He briefly attended Villanova University, but after only one semester, he dropped out, flipping a $200,000 overstock deal into a small fortune. From there, he expanded, sold his ski shops, and launched KPR Sports, which by 1995 was generating $50 million in sales. Eventually, Rubin built a company that evolved into GSI Commerce, a multi-billion-dollar e-commerce platform, and later became CEO of Fanatics Inc., the global sports merchandise and apparel giant working with the NBA, NFL, MLB, NASCAR, MLS, and WWE. As of mid-2025, Rubin's net worth is estimated at a jaw-dropping $10.6 billion. On paper, Rubin is the quintessential self-made billionaire, but critics argue that much of his rise is less about raw business talent and more about strategic connections. While Rubin presents himself as a visionary entrepreneur, many say he lacks the magnetic charisma of other billionaires, and some even describe his demeanor as eerie or unsettling. It's this aura, part charm, part intimidation, that makes celebrities and young artists drawn to his orbit, even if outsiders find the relationship confusing or unnerving. And nowhere is this dynamic more visible than at his meticulously curated all-white parties, where influence, visibility, and social leverage intersect in ways that outsiders can only speculate about. Rubin's all-white parties, now infamous, were inspired by a tradition started by Diddy in the late 1990s. Diddy's white parties in the Hamptons were legendary, bringing together Hollywood royalty, musicians, and athletes for glamorous gatherings marked by exclusivity and spectacle. Rubin, however, has put his own spin on the tradition. While Diddy's events were largely social, Rubin's gatherings have developed a reputation for subtle power plays. Leonardo DiCaprio, for example, attended Diddy's party in 1997 and Rubin's party nearly 37 years later, showing that the social appeal of these events spans generations. Jay-Z, too, appears both at Diddy's early events and Rubin's contemporary parties, reinforcing the idea that Rubin has inherited and evolved the formula of elite social influence. But what sets Rubin apart is the way he seems to interact with younger rising stars, particularly rappers. Videos and viral photos show not only Lil Baby but other artists engaging in unusual antics. Bunny hops, awkward group hugs, and moments that some onlookers describe as ritualistic. Critics argue that these actions are part of a broader culture of control, subtle manipulation, and influence. While Rubin and his associates, like Rubin, insist that the gatherings are harmless fun, the optics and the repeated attention given to young stars have left many people questioning the true nature of these events. The story doesn't end with Lil Baby and a few tattoos. Over the years, rumors have circulated about what actually occurs at these high-level industry parties. Comedians like Cat Williams have publicly suggested that certain elite gatherings involve secretive rituals, hidden from the eyes of the public, and that participation can have both tangible and intangible benefits for the artists involved. Some insiders suggest that participating can help fast-track careers, influence award nominations, or provide legal and financial protection, while others describe these events as psychological tests designed to gauge loyalty or compliance. There's no concrete evidence that anyone is ever forced to participate, but the pressure, the allure, and the stakes are undeniably high.
For Lil Baby, these rumors became personal. The viral photos from the Hamptons party, combined with his new thigh tattoos, made it seem as though he had been subtly marked by the industry in some way, whether intentionally or not. Even now, fans and commentators continue to dissect every public appearance, Instagram post, and interview to try to determine what really happened. While Rubin maintains that the gatherings are simply about bringing people together from different backgrounds, the speculation is unlikely to end anytime soon. The line between celebration, networking, and subtle influence is, at best, blurry, and at worst, a carefully curated power play. Ultimately, the story of Lil Baby, Michael Rubin, and the Hamptons White Party is about more than just tattoos, viral images, or gossip. It's a window into the intricate, sometimes mysterious world of celebrity power dynamics, where money, influence, and fame intersect, and where the line between harmless fun and calculated strategy becomes almost impossible to discern. And while Lil Baby maintains there's no ill intent, the theories, memes, and discussions show just how much intrigue one night in the Hamptons can generate. So what do you think? Are Rubin's white parties just another extravagant gathering for the rich and famous? Or is there a deeper game being played behind the scenes? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another deep dive into celebrity culture, viral mysteries, and the stories behind the headlines.